Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 29th of March. I've got a bit of an issue here, is that with Bitcoin and Ethereum on my charting program here, I can't get, I can only get the tick charts happening. So there's definitely an issue at the other end for my charting program here. So for Bitcoin and Ethereum today, I'll just have to work off my tick chart for that. Yeah, so apologies about that. I don't have my trades on this platform, but yeah, so I've just got to work with the tick chart. So a little bit annoying. So it's yeah, just a little bit sort of tricky. I can get it for the crypto index. And I might just bring the crypto index up first, if that's okay, because it kind of takes a balanced view of what's going on, and I probably they're all slightly different. I mean, first of all, we're from wave 3 here. We definitely got an A and a B and a C down here. We've got that for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, and it shows up here. Now, with Bitcoin and the crypto index, it's better to count them up as an A and a B and a C wave up here for the B wave. With Ethereum, however, we can count 5 waves up here. So we can count Ethereum different. We can count Ethereum as wave 1 up here. So this is making a really nice triangle pattern here. I mean, maybe we have to, like I have been doing, is looking at them as, in cases of wave 1 here and back for wave 2 here, because in most cases the Bitcoin pulled back 61.8% here, so it makes it nice like that. The only I'll just use this chart here just to present a few counts, because if we're going to be bearish from here, then we would need to see, and this is with Bitcoin and Ethereum as well, we would need to see this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then we would also need to look at this down here as wave 1 here and coming back for wave 2 here, and then moving down at that point. So in that case, what we can look for is from the top here for this wave 2 here, down here, we can look at the 61.8% or the 78.6 for these. So either one of these areas. So there's still space for this to move up higher here, to also be, the bigger bearish picture here with wave 4, copy that, sitting down here with wave 1 here and 2 here, down for 1 and back for 2 here and down for 3 here. It's looking a little bit slim for that, but it's not, we can't eliminate that just yet. Okay, so that's for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we need to, be aware of that. But yeah, last time we spoke with Ethereum is we were looking for, well, we looked at this triangle pattern for the crypto index, and that's fine, it can play out. And there's not much difference really than, when we're looking at the triangle pattern, than having, an A, B, C, D, and E here, and then going up. It's not much difference from really having wave 4 sitting over here and having this up as wave 1 here, A, B, C for wave 2 here, then up for 1 here and back for 2 here, and then moving up. So there's not a lot of difference. There is difference, of course, but not a lot. It's still kind of bullish. So for the hodlers and people scaling in, it's not a problem. So all we have to be aware of for the bearish side is looking at this as wave 1 here and back for wave 2 here, and then looking at this as wave 1 here and pulling back for wave 2 to the 61.8%, or the square root of the 61.8 at the 78.6, and then moving down from that point. So that's still there. So that can still be a little bit haunting for us. So we need to be a bit mindful about that. But yeah, the crypto index makes a nice, is making a nice triangle pattern. So we'll just stay with that with the crypto index, and we can use that for the other markets as well. So with Ethereum here, it was easier to count and correct to also count this here as an A and a B and a C wave here for Ethereum, and then counting this up here as wave 1 here and 2 here. And then this is where we've got to kind of pull it apart a little bit in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. Oops, now I can drop that back. Sorry, you can drop that back a little bit further. I'll take that back to that wave there, and leaving that there as the third wave, fourth wave, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, and a fourth wave here. Because I think on Bitcoin too, this fourth wave here made a high above this one here for that. So, and then a nice 5 waves up here for wave 1 here. So in this case, it does count quite nicely as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here for Ethereum. And then looking back, we were counting 5 waves down here for wave A, and then an A and a B and a C wave here. This C wave here became higher than this wave A here, but it didn't do that on Bitcoin. Bitcoin was a little bit lower, but I'm still calling this a C wave here because it counts better as a C wave here for Bitcoin. So even though it's lower on Bitcoin, I'm still putting wave B for Bitcoin on this one here. And then we counted down as 1 and 2 here, and that can come over here for that as 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this, and 4 and 5 here. Well, it could go back over there. Not that it makes any difference actually, but also too with Bitcoin as well. The Ethereum has just been counting better all the way around for better wave 4 here, better wave 2 or B wave here, and then also Bitcoin, this became very high here for Bitcoin. It could have even overlapped wave 1. I have to double check that, but it was very high. But we need to be a little bit philosophical about that, I think, and still call it down here for wave 5. So we've got a really nice A wave, B wave, and C wave down here, and pulling right back into that 61.8% here for that. Now with Bitcoin, with Ethereum here, it doesn't count as well as Bitcoin does. So Bitcoin can count, I've got this here as an A wave here because it's got this ABC here for this, and it's got this, I mean, if I take it from the low here, I suppose I could call it up for 1 and back for 2 and up for 1 and back for 2, but it just seemed to be counted better as an ABC here for the A wave and then the B wave here. So there's still possible that that's moving in that direction as a corrective wave here. So in this case, we can call this an wave A here, wave B here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 here, and then 5 waves up here for 3, 4, and 5. Wave 4 here, based on this wave 2, pulls back 38.2%, so it's kind of good enough in that little area there for that, and the wave 4, 1 lesser degree and all that stuff. So we can delete that. So we are up in the 50-60% retracement level here, so we expect the market to be sold off and whatnot, but then we should see this come up here, making a new high here. But this is the tricky thing, because this wave C here, that can actually be, if I take all these down one peg, take them down 1 degree of structure, I can call this wave 1 here, and this wave 2 here for this high here. So what I'm saying is that this market can finish this one more structure up here, and then we can have a big bear market coming down at that point, a big wave 3 coming down. I'm just saying, you know, because of this here, and not only that, some other reasons as well in that for this. With Bitcoin, however, Bitcoin seems a little bit more sort of chirpy to the upside, but I've gone back over this. If we take wave 3 over here, and we use this down here as an A and a B and a C wave down here, then it's a little bit hard to get 5 waves out of all of this up here. We could count, it's just, if I open this up here, I'll just show you. I mean, we'll just look at this as wave A or wave 1 here, but this move here when we look at it here, if we count this as 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this, an A and a B. I have to count that as an A and a B and a C here to match up with, you know, the time it spent Ethereum in this. It's not going to work. Just want to get that wave. See how this wave 4 was quite big here, but that was the high. We never made another high. But on Bitcoin, this high here made a high above this one here. So it made this high here. So I'm thinking of an A and a B and a C wave here for that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's harder to get this to go up as 5 waves here, you know, as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, because it just doesn't match up. I can't get 5 waves, you know, from the low here to make just that a big green wave 3 and wave 4, because I've got this extra move in here. So it does count up better as an A and a B and a C wave here for that. It'll probably come a little bit clearer later on, and we'll have to force it to be wave 1 here. But we still have this nice A, B, and C here. A couple of issues here, as I mentioned. Wave B here is not higher than this one here. This wave 4 here, if I counted that down as 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here, we've got quite a big overlap here in this case. So do we count that down? You know, do we stay in a triangle pattern and look at this as, you know, an A and a B and a C wave in here for that? That's also possible, and there'll be some Elliottians doing that as well. Yeah, so what I want to do here is it does count quite nice from the low here, because what we've got to be, what my fear is that I mean, I think this is a bit of a running triangle in a way. So an A wave here, a B wave here, a C wave here, a D wave up here, and an E wave over here, and then we just push up from that point, you know. That's what I'm thinking. So we can put a D wave over here and an E wave over here for this, and then have this wave 4 sitting in over here somewhere, a bit like that. A little bit unusual. The only fear I have from the downside that we have to be careful of is counting up here for that wave 2. So if we look at this here as wave 1 here, and then wave 2 here, and then we look at this as wave 1 here, the next degree smaller, and then back for wave 2 here, which will be an ABC to the upside. So where that wave 3 is sitting here, that's the problem. That could be an ABC to that point, because if we look at this here as wave 1 and 2 here, then we'll go all the way up here in blue, light blue here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for C, 3 here, and then this wave C here. So this one can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here for a C wave for this wave 3 is for wave 2 here, basically. So so what we need to do is we need to see the market push up to here somewhere, come back and correct again, and then go up past that. So we need to go past that high here. Once we pass that high here, over here somewhere, then we're bullish at that point, because that would be the last bearish position at that point. So the whole thing, everything looks bullish, and I know that everything's bullish anyway. So I know that we're in a bullish market because this first move down through here in all of the cryptos is in 3 waves. So we're corrective no matter what happens here. We are in a corrective pattern, and we'll be going higher. And also too, all the altcoins as well, they're all, when Bitcoin and Ethereum finish their corrections, be them triangle patterns or whatever they are, then they're all going to be moving up as well, right? So they're all sort of in the same basket, but they have their own little, own little idiosyncrasies and so on. But you can kind of tie them all back in to Bitcoin and Ethereum and the index. So that just helps a little bit, I guess. So I just want to count this up from the low here. So we're on the same page here. So we've got from the low here, we'll go 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So 3, 4, 5 here for 1, an A and a B and a C for 2 here. Well, all the way up for 1 here and 2 here, won't bore you to death. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and the same here again, nice fourth wave here for that. So this is counting up reasonably nicely. Wave 5 of 3 here. This wave 4 here, that's done and dusted now, and then we're going up for wave 5 here. Now how far will it go? It'll take out the top here and it'll end up in group 2 here. So the thing that you need to recognize is this: once this top's in play here, do we get this move here as a corrective move? And that will be in 5 waves and 3 waves and 5 waves, and it can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So what we could say is that if you have trouble counting this here, we could say that, well, if the 55 becomes the retested resistance here, then you know that, well, Houston, we've got a problem, you know. But if it sits, you know, it can come down and spike there, but it should just pull back to that. Let me just see a few things here. So that was just pretty close to the 38.2. So that means that if we take this down to that wave 2 low there, close enough. Then we come up here for that. So that will leave it at just above 57. So just recapping this, you've got to kind of figure out if this is going to be correct. If that's corrective, then you know that we're in a bullish market. And I know that you'll think that we're in a bullish market at the moment, and you're probably right, but I'm here just to present the evidence. So what I'm saying is that if this becomes corrective and we make a new high here, then we're going to be bullish. But if this comes down as an impulse wave here and, you know, moves below the 55, and I mean, make it very clear, you know, let's just say even 54 then, but, you know, a very clear move down here, then you'll need to start scratching your head a little bit, you know. But also too, once we got here as 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 here, and then we get to wave 5 up here, once this wave 5 comes in, let's just say that it comes in to 60,000 or close to it, right? Then you're going to have to expect some sort of retracement back at that point as well, right? So don't get carried away if you're a trader, because it can pull back into the 55 again at that point before heading higher. Let me just have a look at Ethereum again over here. Yeah, I mean, we've got wave 1 here and wave 2 here for this market Ethereum, and it's good. Technically, we need to be above wave B there to be bullish. That's the first thing, but obviously we like to work it out before we have to get to that point. But just to let you know that once that B wave is taken out, then it takes it away from being down for 1, back for 2, down for 1, back for 2, and then moving down at that point, because that's what we have to watch at this point. So what I just explained about Bitcoin will be the same here as well. So we can look at, let's just clear this up for a second. We can look at this being wave 5 coming up here. Let's just take it to the 61.8%. But in that case there, if it's going to be matched up to Bitcoin, then that would be 1, 2, 3 there, and 4 coming back here for this, and then 5 going up there for that. So we're in the same pattern. So what we could say here is that we wouldn't really want to see the 16, because we've got long positions in here, we wouldn't want to, it's okay for the market to, you know, come down through there and go back up and keep going. But if it becomes the retested resistance, you know, and makes another low, second low at that point, then you know that you got a problem at that point with this wave 4. So we'll go up for wave 5 here, and then back here for wave 4. And then we want to figure out if that is corrective. But if that 1650 becomes the retested resistance, there's a problem at that point. But once that happens there, that means that once that wave 5, that means that we've got an impulse wave in Bitcoin from the low to this point up here. So that means that we will have a correction after that, some sort of ABC. We still don't want to see the 1650 as a resistance, and then moving up from that point. So yeah, I hope that's, it's messy, but I hope that that's going to be helpful at that point. So I think Bitcoin is kind of more like this index here, except that we've got more of a, because there's, with triangles, they're not all symmetrical in that sense. You know, a lot of them, you know, can be, have a flat top like that, and having this sort of thing coming up into it, you know, that kind of thing. So they can all be a little bit different. They can even be sort of also sort of running up as well, in a sense, you know. So there's a range of them. This one here is a little bit more symmetrical in that regard. But I think that's what Bitcoin is in, you know. When we look at this index here, it's got that nice triangle pattern, not only because it's got the triangle pattern here, it's because it's got 3 waves here, and 3 waves here, and 3 waves here. And will we get 3 waves here and then this, you know, this carry on over here? Because it's a bit difficult to count it up as wave 1 here for Bitcoin. It's easier to do with Ethereum. So we're in that sort of space now, you know. We were thinking with Bitcoin we could have that expanded flat, you know, because it took the top out here. But I think we might need to look at it slightly differently. All right, I've waffled on enough, but yeah, that's it. Let's see. So all we really need to get through is just on the bearish side is wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then wave 1 and back for wave 2 at this 76.6%, 78.6, and then coming down from that point. Once we're past that, now that you understand this wave 3, 4, and 5 business here, and the 55, then you kind of know where you are a little bit at that point. So we'll just see how this finishes off here. I hope you can track that there. And you know, if you're having trouble counting the Elliott, well, then just go down to a 5-tick chart or 10-tick chart or 50 or something, and learn to count it. You can do it, and it's just easier to do it from the tick chart. So see if you can finish off the puzzle here. But of course, I'll put out a video tomorrow. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.